Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the official weigh-ins for tomorrow night's Bellator MMA. Spike presents Bellator MMA official weigh-ins just about set to get underway. For those joining us on the live stream, we welcome you to Council Bluffs, Iowa, as we get set here at the Mid-America Center for tomorrow night's Bellator MMA. But first up, of course, tonight's weigh-ins. Tonight's weigh-ins and tomorrow night's action, all sanctioned by the Iowa State Athletic Commission, supervising today and tomorrow night, the director of the commission, Mr. Joe Walsh. Joe, thank you so much. Tomorrow night, tickets available, Ticketmaster.com or the box office here at the MAC. And you can also get ticket information at Bellator.com. Doors will open tomorrow at 5 o'clock p.m. That's Central Time, of course. First fights inside the Bellator cage at 6 o'clock Central Time. And then, of course, we go live on Spike TV. Same start time every Friday night, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. That's the time. Spike presents Bellator MMA. We'll get our weigh-ins underway in just a moment. First things first, with me on stage, the lovely ladies from Bellator MMA, Mercedes and Jade. Joining us momentarily to put the fighters on the scales, Mr. Scott Coker. And right now, to bring those fighters up on stage, one half of the broadcast team on Spike TV. Please give it up for Mr. Jimmy Smith.
Let's start off with our preliminary fights. Of course, check them out on Spike.com. We start off in the welterweight division, 170 pounds. Marcos Marquez versus Victor Moreno. First to the scale, fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska. Please welcome Marcos Marquez. $177.4 for Marcos Marquez. And please welcome his opponent, fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa. Please welcome Victor Moreno. Very experienced, a record of 33-21, 16 knockouts, 12 submissions on his record. $170.7 for Victor Moreno. They'll kick off our show on Spike.com. Give it up for Marcos Marquez versus Victor Moreno, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, the middleweights, 185 pounds. Brian Green versus Anthony Smith. First to the scale, fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa. By way of Nicaragua, please welcome Brian Green. Record of 31-19, 5 knockouts, 26 submissions. $185.5 for Brian Green. And please welcome his opponent, fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska, Anthony Smith. A record of 18-11, 8 knockouts, 9 submissions in those 18 wins. $185.8 for Anthony Smith. Let's give it up for the middleweights. Brian Green versus Anthony Smith, ladies and gentlemen. The next fight, a catchweight, 150 pounds. Martin Brown versus Brian Corley. First to the scale out of Vicksburg, Mississippi, by way of Tampa, Florida. Please welcome Martin Brown. Record of 7-2 as a pro, 3 knockouts, 1 submission. 149.9 for Martin Brown. And please welcome his opponent, fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska, Brian Corley. Record of 2-1, 1 knockout, 1 submission. He stands 5'10". I read the card. 148.9 for Brian Corley. Right over there, man. Good luck. Let's give it up at catchweight, 150 pounds. Martin Brown versus Brian Corley. Now on to the lightweight division, 155 pounds. Kevin Morris versus Michael McBride. First to the scale out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Please welcome Kevin Morris. Record of 4-3, 1 knockout, 2 submissions in those 4 wins. $158 for Kevin Morris. 2 pounds left to cut. And his opponent, fighting out of Webster City, Iowa. Please welcome Michael McBride. Record of 6-1, all of his wins by submission. $155.3 for Michael McBride. Good luck, bro. Lightweight division, 155. Let's give it up for him. Kevin Morris versus Michael McBride, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, a catchweight, 150 pounds. Eric Hauser versus Tim Baser. First to the scale, fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa. Please welcome Eric Hauser. Record of 6-2 as a pro. All of his wins by submission. $149.1 for Eric Hauser. And please welcome his opponent, fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska. Please welcome Tim Baser. $150.4, tarp him. Try it with the tarp. You have to make it exactly for a catch weight. No pound allowance. $150 even for Tim Baser. You're good, ladies. You're good. A showdown at 150 pounds. Let's give it up for him. Eric Hauser versus Tim Baser, ladies and gentlemen. That I have never seen before in my life, but I appreciate it. And our final preliminary fight at 135 pounds, Chris Lane versus John Duvall, first to the scale, fighting out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Please welcome Chris Lane. "11 wins in his pro career, 9 by submission, 1 by knockout. He stands 5'8". $139.5 for Chris Lane. That's 2 hours to cut it. Please welcome his opponent, fighting out of Sioux City, Iowa, John Duvall. Record of 8-6 as a pro, 1 knockout, 7 submissions in those 8 wins. He stands 5'10". $136 on the dot for John Duvall. Our final preliminary fight, the Bantamweights, 135, Chris Lane versus John Duvall, ladies and gentlemen. And on to the televised portion of our show. Of course, check us out on Spike TV. We start off in the middleweight division, 185, Davin Clark versus Joe Vidapo, first to the scale, fighting out of San Jose, California. Please welcome Davin Clark. A record of 5-1-2, 2 knockouts, 1 submission as a pro. $185.1 for Davin Clark. Right here, brother. Davin, when we asked you about this fight, you talked about preparation. You said, I've been training with the best. I fight 3 times a week. What does that mean for the fight tomorrow night?
Expect fireworks going down, baby.
And please welcome his opponent, fighting out of San Diego, California, by way of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Joe Vidapo. A record of 16-8, 6 knockouts, 7 submissions as a pro. He stands 6 foot. $185.3 for Joe Vidapo. Davin Clark, you said you have a lot of respect for him, but he's coming into your backyard on this fight tomorrow night. What's in store for him?
A lot of intensity in the crowd and in the cage.
They'll be starting off the televised portion of our show, the middleweights, Davin Clark versus Joe Vidapo, ladies and gentlemen. On to the welterweight division, 170 pounds, Andres Santos versus James Terry. Please welcome first, all the way from Brazil, please welcome Andre Santos. Very experienced, 36-9, 5 knockouts, 22 submissions. He stands 6 foot, 33 years old. $170.6 for Andre Santos. as experienced as you are as a pro, you said this fight is very special to you. First fight in the United States. What can the fans here in the U.S. expect in the fight tomorrow?
Essa luta para você é a primeira luta aqui nos Estados Unidos. Você é um cara muito experiente. O que isso significa para você, para os fãs aqui dos Estados Unidos?
Para mim é uma realização profissional. Estou bem treinado. Treinei aproximadamente 2 meses para essa luta. Vim aqui para dar o meu melhor para os fãs do Bellator e para todos.
He said he trained very hard for the past 2 months, and he's ready, and he wants to give a good show for the Bellator fans and the U.S. fans.
And please welcome his opponent, fighting out of San Jose, California, James Terry. A record of 14-7, 8 wins by knockout. He stands 5'10". $170.6 for James Terry. What's up, man? How you doing, brother? I'm good. How you? Man. James, you talked about how this fight tomorrow night is the start of a new phase in your career, a new streak in your career. The fans are going to know about you. What does that mean for your opponent tomorrow night?
Well, I think I've been training real hard. I'm ready to step it up. I'm ready to bring Bellator. I'm ready to bring my stuff to Bellator, you know. I've been focusing real hard on some new things, and I can't wait to show the fans.
Two guys who want to put it on for the fans at welterweight, 170 pounds, Andres Santos versus James Terry. Next up, a catchweight fight, 215 pounds, Virgil Zwicker versus Houston Alexander, first to the scale, fighting out of Temecula, California. Please welcome Virgil Zwicker. Record of 12-4, 9 knockouts, 2 submissions in those 12 wins. $215.3. Gonna try with the towel. Gotta stay behind the towel. You take it anywhere. Whole point of the towel. $215 even for Virgil Zwicker. You know, I'm tempted to tell you early, but I won't. You good? Virgil, you're fighting Houston Alexander, a guy who likes to come forward, likes to throw a lot of punches. You told us you're excited about that kind of fight. Why?
That's me. That's what I do. I meet him in the middle, and we'll see who falls first. Take each other down. It's a fight that I've been waiting for. Somebody like that. Houston, I respect him. You know, he's an awesome fighter, Corner Husker by blood. So it's going to be an exciting fight for the fans to watch.
And his opponent, fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska. Please welcome Houston Alexander. Record of 16-10, 11 knockouts, 3 submissions in those 16 wins. He stands 6 foot. $206.4 for Houston Alexander. Houston, you heard what he said. He's looking forward to coming out. He's looking forward to meeting you at the center of the cage. Is it about just who makes a mistake and goes down first?
It's about who makes the mistake and goes down first. But exactly like Virgil said, hey, we're going to get out in the middle ring and throw bombs. That's it. That's it.
It's going to be an exciting fight. 215 pounds. Virgil Zwicker versus Houston Alexander. They're both Cornhusker fans. They're not going to be friends tomorrow night. And our main event of the evening at 170 pounds, Paul Bradley versus Josh Neer. Please welcome to the scale first, fighting out of San Diego, California, Paul Bradley. Record of 21-6, 7 knockouts, 7 submissions as a pro. He stands 5'10". 170.6 for Paul Bradley. Over here, Paul. Gotta be first. Yes, sir. No problem, buddy. Paul, you're known for that Hawkeye style. You grind guys down, you make them want to quit, but Josh Neer, very experienced, very tough. Is the strategy the same tomorrow night?
You know, he's a scrappy fighter. He's been around for a long time, so the goal is to put the pressure on him and make for an exciting fight, you know. You can always expect one thing out of Josh. He's never out of the fight, so got to keep pressure on him.
Beautiful. And please welcome his opponent, fighting out of Des Moines, Iowa, Josh the Dentist Neer. Record of 36, 13-1, 18 knockouts, 14 submissions in those wins. He stands 5'11". 170.6 for Josh Neer. Josh, you've wrestled with Paul, you've sparred with Paul, but this isn't wrestling and this isn't sparring. What can the fans expect in this main event tomorrow night?
Well, I'm going out and doing what I do every fight. I'm trying to finish the fight. Whether I knock him out or submit him, I'm trying to finish the fight.
Our main event at welterweight, 170 pounds, Paul Bradley versus Josh Neer. Give it up for him. Thank you so much. We'll see you at the fights tomorrow night.